Hey, what's up guys? DRYWALL. Zach from Bosch let us borrow these. He told us, use it, let me know what you think. So we're going to be using it for about a month and we'll give you our honest review. But right off the bat, this is the carrying case for the drywall sander. Sorry if it's a little loud. This particular house, we're having to run off a generator because we don't have power, but I'm thinking the case. The case is like all of Bosch's concrete chippers that we own. Solid case, easy portability. As soon as you open up the case, you have your drywall sander. So it connects. What I'm going to do, since this is 8-foot ceilings, I'm just going to go ahead and not use the middle one. If it were 9, it's going to connect the same way, but it gives you an extension. We don't need it for today's job. But first time using it, so pretty straightforward. It looks like all you do is line this up. Oh, it might be this way. Let me see. Yeah, it's going to be this way. So line this up. Press down, and yeah, there you go. So we're good. We're in business. In here, you'll have an adapter, the manual, the extension. But yeah, let's see if we need this. So let's go ahead and close this. We'll leave this on this vacuum. So this, we normally put it out of the way from our sanding area. Slip it into that room, but come over here. This is the vacuum they set us up with. Model number. As far as the specs of it, I'm not going to go too into detail, being that we're more about the action. So let's see how it performs. But it has auto start. So all I have to do is connect the sander to the vac. And when I turn the sander on, it's going to start the vac. This is pretty good. So it has these little, if this ever breaks, this is removable. You can replace it. But it's a hard, bendable plastic. So pretty sure it's going to last a long time. And then on this side, for your hose. That's pretty convenient. The only thing that I think I'm going to miss compared to the other vacs you have is some type of handle. So you don't have to bend over and roll it like this. Like a suitcase handle, luggage handle. I can see why they didn't put it, because those things are usually the first things to break. But yeah, I mean, just because I'm 6 feet, so bending over and rolling like this after working all day, not so much fun, but we'll see how that feels. So the extension cords, nice and beefy compared to the other European brands we own. This one has the American outlet, so that's appreciated. We don't need an adapter that can potentially get lost right off the bat. So that's that. And this connects straight into the vacuum. That's a friction fit right there. So good enough for me. You want to make sure. It comes with one pad. This is the mesh pad. I personally don't like these mesh pads, but we'll see how it does as far as dust collection on this particular unit. If not, we'll trade it over to the ones we normally use. But that's on. Let's go ahead and connect this to the extension cord. Dial. and suction.
A lot of smell to it, huh?
Huh?
The smell to it. Huh?
Oh yeah, the motor is brand new now.
Oh, yeah. I think Mammy just called. Yeah.
Okay, so right off the bat, we're gonna keep using it, but just first impression, it sands fast. So the weight, it's not too heavy. I want to say the Festool's a little bit heavier. The main difference between this and the Festool, besides price, I think the sander alone is like $450. Festool's a little bit over $1,000, so it's about half the price. But you don't get the random orbitable, it just spins. If you're used to that, perfect. We use both. The DRYWALL just spins, the Festool has a random orbitable. So you just gotta get used to it. When it just spins, if you're not used to it, you might eat away at your finish. But as you can see here, try look at it from an angle, Thomas. The finish is solid. So this house in particular is going to be orange peel. I didn't damage anything. It sanded super quick, nicely, lightweight. As far as the dust collection goes, with this mesh, I'm not wearing a mask. You saw no dust. So I'm pretty impressed. Totally worth the $450, $500. The vacuum has the, I don't know if you heard it, the thumps. What it is, it's an auto clean, so perfect. You can do the suction. As far as the weight goes, so it won't hold itself. So I'm gonna turn it on and just straight vacuum. Some of the sanders will hold their own weight. That's how much suction there is. This one has just enough suction to collect all the dust, but it won't bear its own weight. So when you're sanding overhead, it might get a little bit tiresome, but I mean, this head is pretty flexible, but with any rotating sander, you're never going to want to be in this position because it will run away. So this is about as much angle as you want. As far as the suction goes, there's a couple. Here is number 3, so it's on the highest. You can also reduce the suction on here. you can open it up a little bit, letting air in, so it's gonna have less suction. And again, this is the dial, but I'm gonna turn it on and show you the suction against the wall right now. I'm turning it on right there. On. So it is it's not as strong, but it's enough to help you. So right now it's against the wall, and the only thing holding up is my fingers. I'm not bearing the full weight, so it will work with you. On the ceiling, it's a different story. Here, gravity is against you. But that being said, I don't think it's going to be too bad. Purposely held it upright. I don't know if you can see Thomas, zoom in. Let me help Thomas out. It's kind of hard to tell, but let me see. You know what? I'll take a picture of it and show you guys. But yeah, whenever you hold it upright, it's gonna run away. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep sanding and then take a video of what that looks like. But the vacuum, solid, looks like a workhorse. This one, if you're not used to just a circular sanding motion, you're gonna get a little bit of these circular designs. But other than that, once you get used to it, gravy. This one is not as top heavy as other ones I've used. According to Zach from Bosch, they kind of split the difference, so it's a little bit more, little bit less top heavy. But yeah, let me go ahead and just keep sanding and check it out.
Yeah, so one of the main reasons I don't like the mesh sander is gonna be shown right now. It tends to clog up a lot more. I don't know if it's because of the design or whatnot, and also they tend to be a little bit more grippy. So for the random orbital, since it moves around so much, it's not that big of an issue. But the circle sanders, I think it's a way bigger issue because it's spinning and then it's kind of just driving all the dust to the middle. And it just tends to clog up, and it also tends to want to make the sander kind of just run away from you since it's so grippy on the material. But you can see right there all the dust coming out of that middle white circle, and it's just it's pretty much clogged, and it's making the sander heavier. So this particular sander, it's not that heavy, it's well balanced, but it's still not as ideal for the ceilings, especially with this kind of sandpaper. So I think yeah, you can see right there it's just kind of clogged up. But I prefer the sandpaper that has the holes that line up with all the suction holes. It just makes it that much easier, and the suction is better, dust collection is better, and you get an overall nicer finish from my experience. So I think that's one thing Bosch should probably just change up right away, is their one and only sample sandpaper should be a better one. That one, in my opinion, is not really the best one to showcase the abilities of their sander. But the ceilings are, I mean, normal. It's kind of not that you're bearing the full weight of the machine, but it's not too bad. But this particular one, I would strongly recommend it for like commercial settings if you're used to the circular spinning. where there's a lot of walls, or at least more walls than ceilings, because the walls are a piece of cake. The machine's light enough, and the suction provided is good enough for it to be fairly light. The ceiling, since the head doesn't articulate as good as others on the market, it still makes it a little bit uncomfortable. But right here you can see the sandpaper that we use on all the other sanders, and it's just night and day difference, just with how it runs against the wall, how easier it is, and the dust collection. You'll see right there, I'm using it for a bit, and it just never clogs. It's always ready. One thing that I did forget to mention is corners. I always get asked, how does it do on corners? So you can get pretty tight. This one has that removable head option in the corner for you to take off the pretty much the outside casing on part of it, and it allows the disc to get a little bit closer to the walls. I personally don't really do that to any of my sanders, even if they have that option. What I'll do is I'll get close, I'll sand the outside of the angle, and then we always double check with either a sponge or a corner sander to finish off the job. But overall, I think it's a pretty good buy. It's not that expensive. It's priced well, but there are limitations compared to the top of the line of electric sanders. So this one, again, I would recommend in, like, if you're doing a lot of walls in a commercial setting, this is a beast. The vacuum is, bulletproof. The sander itself, it takes some getting used to if you're never ever touching an electric sander in your life, but it's 100 times better than sand poles. So this is a good sander to kind of get started with if you don't have any. But I want to thank Bosch and Zach for sending us out and letting us sample this. If you guys want us to try anything else, just let us know in the comments. All right, guys, have a great day. Aloha.